All right, there we go.
You got any intro
How we
music
doing
today?
out there, man? What's up?
Hey, welcome in to week 6 of Big Bet Bros, your weekly NFL wagering podcast, where, as my brother likes to say, guys with opinions can place bets too. So, hey, that's what we're doing. We are not professionals. We have opinions. We're pretty decent at this, and I had a decent week again last week. How's your week turn out, buddy?
Pretty bad, and I can tell you rubbing it in very passive aggressively, but it's all good.
That wasn't me trying to do that at all. Hey, you finished the week 3-4. I finished the week 5-3 to go up a unit on the year. So it's looking good there.
Awesome.
How did your
And what am
teaser end
I?
up?
Am I okay? Oh, my teaser actually won. Of all the things that lost, my teaser actually won. It was basically plus 14 Cincinnati Bengals and Arizona Cardinals, and Bengals almost won the game. Definitely kept it close, and then Arizona Cardinals did get the outright win.
Dude, your week could have been a lot worse, and my week could have been better if the Bills hadn't pissed down their leg and been stupid. But hey, it's the NFL. It happens.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't have a great week, but it's time to get back on the horse and do it all over again. So,
Hunter, this is always about the time of the year where you just absolutely start dialing it in and just crushing it. Okay. I can
really?
tell people that. Yes, dude. Every single
Okay.
year. This is about the time where it's like you're throwing out Browns picks and Panthers picks and Steelers picks. And it's like all of a sudden they just start hitting. That's what happens. So I'm excited for your picks, man. I'm excited for the week. Dude, we're almost halfway through the season. We're getting close.
I know, man. Time flies. Time really does fly. Um, Feels like we're living in the late '90s watching the Bulls, but instead of the Bulls, it's the Chiefs. So I'm just trying to enjoy this. I'm wishing it wouldn't be going by so quick. Is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, dude. How about the Chiefs down and out and they look better than they have all year?
It's just wild that Juju Smith-Schuster and Kareem Hunt are the two breakout stars of the game. I mean, what is this, like 2018 or something?
Yeah, this is the Chiefs reunion tour, and I really like it. It
It's
looks awesome.
wild. I mean,
Yeah,
even Jody Fortson was out there getting some action. It was
me,
crazy.
Jody
So
Fortson, Mecole Hardman's. We're running jet sweeps to him again. I
it's
mean, what?
crazy.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome, and the defense, dude. We have the longest streak in the NFL of holding teams under 30 points. I believe it's 25 straight games now. Um, I think the last time that we gave up 30 was in the Super Bowl to the Eagles 2 years ago. So
Yep, that is
Chiefs
factual.
defense is elite. Anywho, hey, last thing. The Royals are going to get the job done tonight and send that thing back to New York. Um, that's exciting. You've been watching some playoff baseball?
I have been working a lot, and we don't ever run any calls. And then as soon as the World Series, I said that earlier, as soon as the ALDS begins, we start getting busy. So I have not had time to sit down and really focus on watching the games. I've kind of had to catch little clips here and there on my phone on YouTube TV. So the watching experience could definitely be better. So I'm hoping that the Royals make it a little further so that I can enjoy
They
some of
will.
it.
They will. They are. They're going to win tonight. They're going to win
Okay.
tonight. So, anywho, hey, let's get started with the slate tonight. Thursday night football. Man, these games have all been really good. I keep waiting for the duds, but I'm also 5-0 on Thursday. Do you know that?
Yeah, it's insane, especially because Thursday night football this year is nothing like Thursday night football last year.
Yeah, so I say that I'm undefeated on Thursday nights. Take that for what it's worth. This will probably be the week I lose, but I love the game. I love the line. I think that this is a little bit of an overreaction to how Seattle has kind of fallen off the last couple of weeks. Um, 49ers are 3.5-point favorites on the road at Seattle. Tough place to play. Um, I am playing this game. Hunter, are you playing this game?
How about you make the case first? I'll let you go first since you're the Thursday night football guy.
So I'm going Seahawks +4. All right, I'm buying a half point. By the way, my odds that I'm going to be reading are not off DraftKings today. They'll be really close. I can't get my DraftKings app to work. So
That is not just you, by the way. That is a company wide failure because I'm on it right now and I'm not having any luck either. So
okay.
just letting you know.
Yeah, man. I think that the passing game for the Seahawks is very good. I think that's going to challenge San Francisco. I like taking a home underdog here. I still think the 49ers offensive issues are there and real. You've talked a lot about Brock Purdy without his weapons. Yeah, they've looked good at times. He's still going in a really, really tough place to play. I also like this because the 49ers have beat the Seahawks 5 straight times. That's a long streak. It's going to get snapped at some point. I actually like Seahawks to win the game outright. I'm going to take them with the points. I also really like the under. I'm not going to play the under. It is at 49 right now. Earlier in the week, I liked the over. It was at 46.5. It has moved significantly, which means the public is on the over. So take that option for what it's worth as well. 49 is a pretty good amount. And we've talked about games stalling out a lot. And yeah, I think Seahawks also get Kenneth Walker rolling tonight and running the ball. So that's my pick. Seahawks +4 at home.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with you on this. Seahawks +4. I've got burnt by the Seahawks a couple times. Like, was it last week they lost to the Giants?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, I had Seahawks winning by 6. I had them -6, so they kind of messed me up there. But like Dusty said, now they're a home underdog. I'm also going to buy the half point. You're not going to. If I had DraftKings open and I could tell you guys the profit difference or whatever by buying the half a point. But I'm going to do that. My brother's been right on all the Thursday night football stuff so far, so I'm going to jump on this one with him as well.
Yeah, and hey, it goes from -110 to -120 when you buy the half point.
Oh,
totally worth it to give you a little extra, insurance there.
yeah.
And man, the scores have been so weird too. I mean, we talked about this before, but it used to be, the 2.5 and the 3, you would see that constantly. And man, with the freaking with the way people are going for 2, man, it just any little extra help you get, super, super important. So there we go. We're both on Seahawks +4. Moving on to the next one. This is the morning game on Sunday out in London. Jaguars are in London. Are they in? They're overseas 2 weeks in a row, or 2 out of 3 weeks.
Yeah. Did they play the Germany game, or I feel like they?
Maybe
I'm
I'm
not
wrong
sure.
here.
I could be too.
No,
Well, I know that they had one last year, too. That might be what we're confusing it with.
I just feel like I was thinking about whether or not Doug Peterson was going to actually be able to make the trip home a couple weeks ago, if he was going to get fired.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're taking on the Bears. They're 2-point underdogs against the Bears. I also like this game. Caleb Williams is starting to come out, right? Like that sounded wrong. He is starting to get it figured out. Yeah, pause. He's starting to get it figured out. Picked him up in fantasy this week since Mahomes is not doing anything in fantasy. I like the Bears -2 here.
Well, I hope you didn't pick him up in fantasy in the league that me and you're in, because that would mean that I accidentally dropped him because he's my quarterback. But yeah, he is. He is having a come out party, and he's just looking so much better. I think that the Jaguars are still a really bad football team. Now, I do worry a little bit because this is in London, and whenever teams travel across the pond, basically anything can happen. It's an absolute wild card of a variable to throw in there. So I do like the Bears. I am echoing the same sentiment as my brother. Caleb Williams is starting to look a lot better. Him and DJ Moore seem to have a really great connection. They seem like they're having a lot more fun out there. They're playing a lot more loose. He doesn't seem like he's putting as much pressure on himself. He doesn't seem like he's got as much pressure on him flat out. So I like the Bears. I think I got the line at -2.5. Like I said, I wish I could check my DraftKings, but unfortunately, it's not even pulling up. So,
But your official pick on the pod going to be -2, regardless of what you got the line at? Because that's what it's at. So,
yeah, let's go.
okay.
Yeah, let's go Bears -2.
Okay, Bears -2. They also, DeAndre Swift has not been very effective overall this year for what, they paid him a lot of money coming over from Detroit. I think he gets going a little bit more too. I think he will start to get more involved in the passing game. That can relieve a little bit of that pressure on Caleb Williams. Anyway,
sure.
Yeah, we're on it. Hey, the next one, dude, super, super interesting. Washington Commanders on the road at Baltimore. Right now, Baltimore 6.5-point favorites over Jaden Daniels and the Rookie of the Year favorites. Dude, he looks like an MVP right now. He won't happen, but he's finally going to play a really good team. How do you think this one looks?
Really need my DraftKings open for this to see what the exact bet was. What is the over-under on this game right now?
51.5 on my website.
Okay. Man, is there a way to just go to – can you go to DraftKings.com and see – well, that's – okay. That's what the line is. I took the over in this game. I forgot exactly what I got the number at. But basically – I think these are two great offenses. These are two great quarterbacks that are going to score a lot of points because these are two defenses that are really bad. I think this is going to be a shootout. It's going to be a very entertaining game too, I think. At least it has the potential to be. This might be the most interesting game of the week because Jaden Daniels, to a certain extent, he's got a lot of things in common with Lamar Jackson. Like, he's super mobile. He's a little undersized. He can, I think, I don't know. Do you think he can throw the ball better than Lamar, or do you think it's still kind of that running is his main strength? But I'm taking the over. I'm taking the over because I think that these people are going to score. These guys are going to score.
Yeah, and I think that's like the obvious pick, right? Like, that's what. Anytime you've got these two offenses, defenses have struggled. That's like the thing. And I'm guessing right now, if we looked at it, the public is all over the over, right? All over. And yeah,
it feels
Lamar, basic. Joe, man, this has honestly been my favorite year so far to watch Lamar Jackson. I don't know if it's because, don't take this the wrong way, I don't know if it's because, like, as a Chiefs fan, I'm not worried about anybody else anymore. Like, I'm not worried about Joe Burrow. I'm not worried about Lamar. I'm not worried about Stroud. And so I think for me this year, it's been like, okay, Josh Allen, same thing. I'm just watching and enjoying all of these quarterbacks, knowing that we're going to see one of them or two of them when it gets to January, and we'll see what happens then. And so, I don't know. This has been the most fun for me watching these guys. That's why I've been saying it since day one. I was so stoked to see Jaden Daniels. I'm actually not going to play this game, and it's killing me to do this because I want to play it. Like you just said, it's going to be very, very enjoyable. I also want to just sit back and watch these two go at it. And I already know what Lamar's going to do. I hope Jaden Daniels is right there. I hope that he continues to do what he's doing, and it's going to make the rest of the season really fun. So as of now, I'm not playing this game. I do like the Commanders to cover. That's what I would go with. I think that's a lot of points. I think people are thinking, hey, they haven't seen anybody real yet, and this is going to be the one where, they look bad. So that's my opinion on that one. I'm not going to play it.
Fair enough. I'm taking the over, dude. I'm going super basic on this. This is me going to Starbucks and ordering the drink of the month. Could not get more basic and more public than what I'm about to do, but I'm going over anyway.
Well, the next game that we have, it's going to take me just a second to get to because, never mind. We've got my phone here. Had a guy calling. She had to answer it for me. Man, I got to say, by the time Sunday gets here and rolls around, it's going to be really hard for me not to play that Baltimore Commanders game. But right now, I just don't have a good feel for what I want to do. Cardinals and Packers. Cardinals, 5-point underdogs on the road against Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. Cardinals have fallen off, man.
I know.
This is kind of, I looked like an idiot early in the year when I was like, I don't believe in Kyler Murray. I don't believe in the Cardinals. And then I looked stupid for a couple weeks. And now they kind of look, I know they had a huge win against San Francisco, right? That was awesome. So I don't like the Packers in this spot. 5 is a lot, but it's a dome team going on the road. I know it's not crazy cold yet. I don't have a good feel for this one. What are you thinking on this one?
I don't have a feeling for this one either. It feels too up in the air. I didn't feel strong conviction either way. Man, it's really hard for me to gauge what either of these teams really are. There's been times where they've both looked really good, and then there's been times where, I mean, I'm not going to kill him for it, but like the pick six that Jordan Love threw the other day, like he went full Levis, as somebody said. I heard somebody say that. I don't know. This game could go either way. I hear everything you're saying about, you know, Arizona. Wait, it's at Packers, right?
Yeah, it's at Green Bay.
Yeah, yeah. So you got a warm weather dome team going to Lambeau. I could see Arizona struggling, or there's also the realistic possibility that the Packers just don't really look good. But if you told me I had to bet on this game, I would probably go Packers, just because it's at home.
So I think it's really unfortunate with Jordan Love because Jordan Love early on, what I always thought watching him was that he just didn't quite have the swagger and the confidence. And then towards the end of the year last year, it was like, okay, he kind of became, I don't know, he kind of showed some of those alpha signs, right? And he was really confident. He was, he was a stud. And then had that the first game this year, right? And looked great for a while against Philadelphia. And when he got hurt, I feel like him coming back, it's the old Jordan Love right now. It's like he hasn't quite got back to that level of that confidence, of being comfortable, trusting himself. And so I'm interested to see when he gets that back, because that looked like he had it figured out, and then the injury kind of set him back a little bit. So yeah, I mean, I have no idea on this game. I really don't.
Yep.
I don't know what to expect. Staying away from it. Texans at New England. Patriots are 6.5-point home underdogs. This is your spot, bro. What we doing?
I'm not touching it. Especially, I heard that Drake May was going to start.
Yes.
Did you hear about that?
They're going to rally. Yeah, they're going to rally the troops.
What I'm saying is, it's just too uncertain. I mean, it's his rookie debut. I guess we know that rookies don't ever do well in their debut. So if you want to play that side of the coin, and then you go with who was the best rookie last year in CJ Stroud, they're facing off. Seems like the logical thing to do would be to take the Texans here, because the Patriots are really bad. Trust me, I've kind of lived by the Patriots and died by the Patriots. But I'm going to stay away from it.
Yeah, I like that decision. I do think it's very interesting. The total on this is at 38. I said it last week. There's been some teams that have really confused CJ Stroud, throwing him off of things a little bit. No Nico Collins. He's on the IR.
Very true.
With it being said, though, 38 is so low. And Drake May starting. I mean, pick sixes count as points. So I would like the over on this, because I think the Texans are going to score, and I think the Patriots can score 10, but I'm not going to touch it either. I would lean, if I was picking the spread, I would lean Texans. But yeah, I'm not messing with it. Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints. Buccaneers are 3.5-point road favorites. Saints are starting rookie QB Spencer Rattler, former Oklahoma and South Carolina product.
Yeah, dude. Early in the week, I saw this, and it was, you could get the Buccaneers +2, and I almost did it, but I just didn't pull the trigger. And now it's completely reversed. I'm going to stay away from this game as well.
Yeah, I don't like it. once again, I do like the total, but I'm still not. Dude, if I hadn't bet total so far this year, I would be in really good shape. I think like 5 or 6 of my losses have been on point totals. So I've also had a couple wins, but I just there's too many things up in the air and question marks. But I do like the over. I think the Saints will score. I think the Buccaneers will score. It's inside. 41.5 is pretty low. I like both of these teams being able to still get to 20. So I would go over. I also think it's interesting too because Derek Carr is Derek Carr, right? And the Saints have a lot of weapons. They've looked good at times. Dude, what was he doing the other night? What was Derek Carr doing the other night? Number one, the first drive chucking it up in the air like he did. And then number two, when he did make a play, talking shit to the Chiefs sideline.
Oh. Like, I was wondering. I was like, he didn't just look over at the Chiefs sideline and say, I told you, I told you.
Yeah, it told us what? That you won 0 times in Arrowhead? Like,
no.
One time.
He was the quarterback. He was the quarterback when they did the lap around the stadium with John Gruden. But
yes, that's true.
You know, hey,
I don't know. I think Spencer Rattler, dude. I mean, teams, we see this all the time. Teams rally around their quarterbacks on a quarterback change. So I don't know. I don't like the Saints to win the game, but I won't be surprised at all. The NFC South is like the weirdest division in football. I say it every week. It's the weirdest division in football. So yeah, I guess neither one of us are playing this one either. Moving on to Browns and Eagles. This is the biggest point spread of the season so far that I've seen. Eagles.
Hey, real quick,
favorites.
Real quick, one thing I'll say about Derek Carr. Love the person, hate the sin. He said that about John Gruden, and that's how I feel about him because, you know, it doesn't mean he's a bad person for looking at the Chiefs line and saying, I told you, I told you. It just means he's a little bit of an idiot. I really do hope he gets – he's hurt right now, isn't he?
Yeah, that's why they're starting Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, so I do hope that he gets better. I hate to see anybody hurt, but yeah, he's I don't know, man. I was actually very surprised. Did you see that Derek Carr had like 40,000? Was it 40,000 yards, career yards he hit the other day? It was something very, very impressive that only a few people have done. And I was like, I forgot how long that guy's been in the league. He's like basically he's Phillip Rivers. He's had the same kind of career as Phillip Rivers had. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Derek Carr started out his career on fire. I mean,
yep.
He was an MVP candidate. Yeah, no, I mean he was one of the best QBs in the league. Like, I don't know, second or third year in with Oakland. Yeah. And yeah, man, he was solid. So Browns at Eagles. Browns are 10-point dogs on the road. Man.
It's 10 now?
That's what I've got.
Woo! It was 8.5 the other day, and I almost took it, but I was like, nah, dude, the Browns messed me up.
I mean, if you're going to play this game, you have to go Browns plus 10, right?
Oh, yeah.
You have to.
You know what? I did it last week, and I looked like an absolute idiot. Probably the only person on earth that took Browns in the spread, but I'm going to do it this week again, too. It's time for the Browns to get me a little retribution. Dear God, please let them start Jameis Winston. But I'm gonna do the Browns plus 10 here. I think I was a week early last week. I think this is the week the Browns do it. And if they embarrass me again, I'm done. I'm putting them on the banned list. So there you go. Browns plus 10.
There's just certain bets you have to take, and this is one of them. Browns plus 10.
Let's go.
You're giving me 10 points with an NFL team. The Eagles still have injuries at wide receiver. This is exactly the kind of game that the Browns come in and not only make close, pull off an absolute upset when they've looked awful. So yeah, like we said, this isn't a good feeling. It's not a good feeling betting the Browns.
No.
But there's no way you could bet the Eagles here. Absolutely no way you could bet the Eagles. So Browns plus the 10. I love it. We are on a roll, brother. All right, so right now, I've got 3 games.
Dude, yeah. I'm so sorry that I keep interrupting you. But because I don't have my bet slip out, I want to make sure that I'm getting these all written down so that whenever we do our summary at the end of the show, I'm not absolutely screwing this up. So we just took Browns plus 10. What were the other picks?
Well, we had Seahawks plus the 4 tonight.
Okay.
We got the Bears minus the 2.
Okay.
Did you have a total that you played though? I can't remember.
Yeah. I'm doing over. I'm doing over.
Ravens, right?
Yes.
over 51 and a half? Or what did you get it at?
Man, I don't know what I got it at. Let's call
Would
it.
you go over
Let's
50
let's
and one and a half right now?
let's go over 51 and a half.
Let's do over 51. You go over 51. Give yourself that little
Over on Commander/Ravens 51.
boom. Okay. And then we just took Browns plus 10.
Got it. I'm caught up.
All right. So you've got 4 picks on the board right now. I've got 3. Moving on to the next one. Colts at Titans. Colts are 2.5
Staying away.
point dogs on the road. Yeah. That's
Here's one thing I'm gonna say. God, I'm so tempted to take this because, dude, Joe Flacco is good in this scenario. There's some team that's struggling, and he just, gets off of his couch that's sitting in his duplex, stretches his arms, and puts on whatever jersey they ask him to put on that year. And the Titans are terrible as favorites. The Titans are terrible. Flacco didn't quite get the win last week, so I think he gets the win this week. It's very tough. It's very tough to not take the Colts here, but I am going to stay away from it because I've already made 4 picks and we're like halfway through the list. So,
you think Joe Flacco really lives in a duplex? I don't think so.
if he does, I'm not going to judge him.
I think it's probably like a townhouse, like a row house. There's like 4 of them, if I was going to guess.
I bet if he saw your house, he'd want to buy it from you.
Well, maybe. I don't know. whatever it is, I think he needs to have tall ceilings. Okay. So
That's right.
neither one of us are touching that game. The over is 43 on that. We got a 43 total. We're not messing with it. Chargers and Broncos. Woo.
No.
Broncos at home. 3-point underdogs at home.
Dude, it's too uncertain.
35-year-old Bo Nix.
Every time I bet on the AFC West, I lose. Unless it's one of them playing the Chiefs and I take them in the spread. So I'll give you an example. If the Broncos are playing the Chiefs and they're +8 or +5 or whatever, I'm going to take the Broncos. But if it's Broncos Chargers, dude, I'll give you an example. Last week I tried to play, it was like under 42.5 Broncos and Raiders, and the Broncos scored a ton of points. So I'm staying away from it. Rant over. You go ahead with what you're going to say.
Dude, you just brought up the total. Last week on the Thursday night game, you put under 43.5 and they were at 41 at halftime. That's the worst feeling in the world because you know that it's like, well, that one's over.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, I agree with you, man. If I was going to play it, I would take the Broncos. I'm not going to, though. Steelers, 3-point favorites on the road at Vegas. Steelers have kind of hit a little bit of a hiccup. Started 3-0. Not looking great. You like this game?
Nope. Staying away.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin is a favorite. Falcons.
I don't.
On the road at Panthers. We're skipping right over that game. Neither one of us want to play Steelers Raiders. I don't think anybody watching, hey, our fan base is growing, right? We've been getting about 150 viewers per podcast now. So maybe you guys want to bet the Steelers and Raiders. Let us know what you do on that. But we're going to move on to Falcons at Panthers. Man, this one's another interesting one. It's an NFC South game. Panthers are 6-point underdogs at home. What do you think?
I'm not betting it, but this could be a spot where the public is I bet the public is all over Atlanta in this spot.
They are. The Panthers kind of came out, had a good game with the first one with Andy Dalton, the old red rifle. And since then, that's his nickname, bro.
I've never heard
you didn't
that.
know that? Yeah, that's his nickname. Been that way since college. Anyway, shout out to TCU. Yeah, I don't like this one either, man. Now, here's what I do like. The total.
Okay, 47.
What is it? 47. Both these teams. I mean, it scares me because I know Cincinnati's defense is garbage.
Cincinnati.
Oh, the Panthers put up a lot of points against Cincinnati. Is what I'm saying. And hell, we know Kirk Cousins is going to throw for 600 this week. So that's a tempting one there for me as well. But no. So you're out on this one?
I'm out on this one. This is a game where if you're a props person, you might want to look into it. Like if you're wanting to make a bet that, I don't know, Bijan Robinson's going to have more than 25 receiving yards or something like that, or you want to bet like some Drake London touchdowns. If you're into those kind of bets, or Kirk to throw 2+, or just any of that stuff, this is a game you might want to look at because there's the potential to be a lot of scoring in this one as well. Wouldn't you say so, Dusty?
100%. That's why I like that total, but it just seems too obvious for me.
Yeah.
Like I love it so much that it makes it. So, okay, we're out on that one. Lions and Cowboys. Lions on the road as 3-point favorites against Dallas. Oh, this is another tempting one. I'm going with it, though. I'm taking the Lions on the road, but I'm going -2 on this.
Oh, my God.
What?
I can't believe I'm playing opposite of you, dude.
Hey, first one of the week. Dude, it's a good spot. I mean, Cowboys, dogs at home. The Lions are good, man. I believe in them. So
going off a bye too.
Yeah, I don't think the Cowboys are great. We didn't look great on Sunday night against Pittsburgh. Hey, that was a great touchdown late in the game, right? Great execution. They finally execute at the end of a game. But Lions are not the Steelers. So Lions -2 for me.
Okay. I'm taking Dallas Cowboys +3. The Dallas Cowboys have absolutely dominated the Detroit Lions. So last year, now hear me out, because last year they only won by 1 point in December. The year before that, Cowboys won 24-6. And it's been a lot of years where the Cowboys have just had their number for whatever reason. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense. Nothing about it makes sense. But I'm going to have to go with the trend here as far as historical trends, not the trend in the moment. Yeah, dude, the public is all over the Lions here. The Lions, everything logic says that the Lions should clean house. But this kind of reminds me of like one of those weird games where, for whatever reason, the Bengals have the number, or the Chiefs, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Or the Browns always play the Bengals close. Like there's just weird matchups. This is a weird matchup. I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys as 3-point underdogs at home. I love it. I love this bet.
Just to play devil's advocate, historically, a lot of teams have had the Detroit Lions number.
I know, but 1 or 2 years ago, the Lions were still a good team. They weren't the 0-16 Lions. Okay. And I totally get what you're saying, but I'm saying last year everybody thought that the Lions were going to just roll over the Cowboys, and they didn't. So I could be embarrassingly wrong on this. There's a coin flips chance that will happen, but I'm going to roll with the Cowboys on this.
So are you going Cowboys +3?
I do remember vividly that's what I got them at, was Cowboys +3.
Okay. And I'm going to write that down for you, my man.
Whoop. Sorry,
okay.
guys.
So it's our first one of the week that we're opposite on. All right. I know you and I both love the next game as well. Bengals 3.5-point road favorites at the New York Football Giants.
Yep.
Now, I do feel like this is going to go completely against what you just said.
It is
with the public, because the public is going to be
For
all
sure.
over Cincinnati here. I think the only reason this line is a little bit closer than it, or smaller than what it is because a little bit of overreaction to the Giants looking decent this past weekend. You made a great point when we were on the phone earlier. Bengals offense is looking phenomenal. The defense has got to get it together. I think this is a week where they can do that against a team that has looked good offensively in spurts, but just doesn't have a ton of weapons. So I'm going with Bengals minus the 3 here. Once again, probably betting with the public, and that will bite me, but that's my pick here.
Okay. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I think that the Bengals are going to score a ton of points. I don't think that the Giants are going to be able to keep up. I was impressed with the Giants last week. They blew my bet wide open. I had the Seahawks minus 6. I didn't think that Daniel Jones and the Giants could look decent at all without Malik Neighbors, but obviously that was untrue. So I was impressed by their win last week, but I just think that the Bengals are the most – they have their back against the wall more right now than Joe Burrow has at any time in his career since he's been in the NFL. They weren't in the hunt the first year that he played, so I'm not counting that year. They still have like a 4 or 5% chance of making the playoffs. And if they, I don't see them giving up on their season in week 6. I just don't. I think Joe Burrow's too good. I think Zach Taylor is a better coach than people are acting like. I think people are having a bit of a revisionist history, acting like he's a terrible coach. He's not. They've just been having some really weird luck go their way. So I like them to score a bunch of points and have a very convincing win against the New York Giants.
I agree. Man, that loss last week to Baltimore put them in what you just said. The back against the wall. We've seen it year after year, and they always come out of it. Well, now they're teetering on. If they can't get it done this week, it's done. Like, it's done. If you lose to the Giants, your season's done. So they've got to have it. They absolutely have to have it. And yeah, we've seen it. We've seen it time and time again, enough to know that Cincinnati, when their back is against the wall, they're going to come out of it. So that's the play you got to roll with. Me and you are both minus 3 on the Bengals at Giants. Last game of the week. Oh, go ahead.
I actually put 2 units on that game. That's how much I like it. Minus 3
okay,
Bengals.
So you're doubling up on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you playing the next one? The Bills, 2.5-point road favorites against New York. Touching that one?
I'm not. No, I've already played too many games. So I'm staying away from this one. I don't know what version of the Bills that I'm going to get. And I don't know what version of the Jets I'm going to get because there's always this weird rebound. People outplay expectations the first game that their interim head coach is in. I don't know if you remember the Raiders whenever they fired Josh McDaniels. How do I know who Josh McDaniels is and not Mike Evans? Anyway, they had a huge bounce last year whenever Antonio Pierce took over first game or first or second. So I think that that's a possibility for the Jets that they could have a really big bounce back. I just don't know what's going to happen. I don't know which version of which team I'm going to get. So I'm staying away.
Yeah, I'm staying away from the spread. I absolutely love the total. I'm going over 41. The Bills are still going to score points. I look for the Jets to be able to score on the Bills defense. I think this might be my easiest play of the week. That's my lock, over 41. I think this game, actually, the Jets can get some points on the board. Dude, they looked good offensively against the Patriots. Okay, that's the only time they've really looked good offensively against a pretty decent defense. Okay, part of the reason was because the Patriots couldn't get the ball across the 50-yard line, and the Jets had good field position all night. But even last week, it just seems like the Jets are just a tick off, and they're just a tick. I don't believe in Aaron Rodgers, but I believe in him enough to where this game is getting over 41 for the total, because I believe in Josh Allen enough to be able to put points up. So I think this is a no-brainer over the 41. I'm kind of shocked at why it's at 41, but I see what people are thinking. They don't think the Jets can score, but I think them going up against that defense of Buffalo, I think we see some points.
Okay. I
That is
love it,
6
dude.
for me and 6 for you.
Okay, and I've got them all written down, so you're not going to have to tell me my own picks to whenever we wrap this thing up. But hey, I was wanting to talk about just real quick. How have you enjoyed doing the podcast so far this year?
Man, this has been one of the funnest things I've done.
Really?
Yeah, man, this is awesome. Number one, like we've said, with you being 8 hours away and us not getting to see each other a ton, getting to hop on here and just BS about these games that we've been doing anyway over the last few years, and then get to, I mean, just give our opinions and, have a little heat from people whenever we have a crappy week, and then have be able to bounce back. It's been fun to actually put them out there and show what we're doing. Right? Anybody can talk about their picks. Whenever you got to put them out there for everybody to see, puts a little more
Well,
pressure on you, but it's been fun.
and anybody can comment on your video after the game's already been played and you were wrong on it and just be like, rest in peace, cry laugh emoji, you're done. Like, it doesn't take any skill to do that. So it's been a lot of fun for me too. Um, it's been something kind of fun to just look forward to every week. And yeah, we've been doing this consistently because we kind of have to do this consistently. Like, if we're going to bring you a NFL weekly betting show, we've got to do it every week.
100%.
I sounded
And the other part is this was our little pilot period, this first season. And so already the things that we've got in mind for going into next year, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So I will say this, no one still to this point has sent us a picture of their bet slip whenever they want to talk crap, So
that's weird.
if you want to, show us your picks whenever you faded us and went opposite. Hope you didn't fade us the last couple weeks. So anyway,
I love it, dude. I absolutely love it. Yep. We're just gonna keep up the good work and keep letting this thing evolve. And I think it's like the greatest thing ever that we live in a country that has NFL football.
Dude, there's nothing like it.
That's all I'm going to say. Like, I know soccer is the world's most popular sport, and soccer is pretty awesome. But, dude, NFL football, if you're an American citizen, it's like, it doesn't get any better than that, dude. How
Dude,
cool.
the games on Sunday's noon slate last week, like flipping on Red Zone, and every single game coming down to the wire. I'm sitting here in the living room, I'm telling Amanda, this is absolutely insane. Like, the Bengals and Ravens, the Bills and the Texans. I'm missing like 3 other games. I mean, the Thursday night game with Atlanta, dude, like, just they're insane. This has been my favorite year to watch NFL. I was telling, like I said to Joe earlier, I'm appreciating the quarterbacks more and just taking it all in. I don't know if it's because we're doing this. I don't know if it's helped me not take it so serious and not get. The Chiefs are 5-0, so
that helps.
That helps. But yeah, man, it's been freaking awesome.
I think it's interesting too. So how the narrative for a couple of years was like, oh well, today's NFL they just score a ton of points and the stats shouldn't even count because everything is so exaggerated because the scoring's crazy. Did you know that did you see the video that ever since that game in 2018 where Tyreek had 200 yards in the first half against the Bucks, that the league-wide scoring plummeted after that exact moment? Did you see that?
I have not. But it doesn't surprise me. I mean, I know scoring's down.
Yeah. So I think that the league is in a perfect spot right now where, like, the defense is, again, just as important as the offense. And it's just wall to wall, like, it's all these games are great games on both sides of the ball. Like, I feel like back in 2018 there wasn't really any defense. It wasn't fun to watch defense. This year, dude, all the defenses, I don't know. I'm doing a lot of rambling today, but it's a great time for NFL football. It's highly competitive and it's very physical. You're getting a lot more creative trying to score now because so many things have been seen. But yeah, it's a great season for all those reasons, I think.
Well, you know, so often the league goes through a shift, right? Where teams evolve, style of play evolves, and then, you've got your teams that are kind of ahead of the curve, and then everybody else is playing catch up. We talked about it a couple weeks ago when everybody was dogging on Travis Kelce. And if you look across the NFL, tight end numbers in general are down, right? They've been down. And that's because everybody has tight ends that are elite now. Not everybody, but a lot of people. And so defenses have caught up to game planning against that. The too high safety stuff that they talk about all the time when teams have played the Chiefs. I mean, there's a reason the Chiefs aren't back in 2018, 2019 anymore. And it's not just because Tyreek Hill is gone. It's because of defenses are absolutely not allowing you to throw the ball over the top. And so you've got to adjust to it. And, the Chiefs ran 4 tight end sets like over and over and over on Sunday and just crushed it, or on Monday night.
Because it's something new that not a lot of people do.
No, I mean, the only team that's really done that heavily was the Patriots when they had Aaron Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski. And that wasn't 4 tight ends. That was, 2 or 3. But it'll be interesting to see because it's just, I'm rambling now too, but the Chiefs, I think, are the best at taking their skill sets of what they've got and building a game plan around what works for them that week, that game. And you've got a quarterback that doesn't give a crap about his stats. So anyway, hey, let's go through these. Let's go through the summary real quick.
Love it. We'll do.
All right. You and I both. You want me to read yours too, since we're the same on a lot of them, or you want to read yours?
How about all the ones that we're the same on? You just read them for both of us. Then I'll fill in the other ones.
All righty. Okay. First game tonight, we both, Hunter and I, have the Seahawks +4. All right. Seahawks +4. We have the Bears -2. We have the Browns +10. I have Lions -2. We both have the Bengals -3. And I have the Jets Bills over 41. Those are my 6 picks on the week. Feels good to have a little bit less of a number this week.
Yes, for sure. The only other 2 that I've got, I'm going over on the Commanders and Ravens, over 51. And then I'm going to go opposite of my brother on Detroit versus Dallas Cowboys. I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys +3, home underdogs. Love them in that spot. And yeah, those are my picks for the week. So let's see how it goes.
You know what's funny is whenever we do have opposite picks, there's always a chance. It seems like the way that we play them, there's always a chance one of us pushes and one of us wins.
I know.
Okay, so the only option there would be if the Lions, win by 3, I win, you push. Obviously, if they win by 2, I push, you win. So anyway, there's that chance there. I wouldn't mind that. Anywho, hey, it's gonna be a fun week. You got anything to add?
I don't, man. Hope you guys are having a good time out there. I hope that everybody's being safe. We probably don't have anybody on our Facebook or anything that's watching from, Florida or North Carolina or anything like that. But if you are in one of those areas and you stumble across this on YouTube, I just want you to know that we are thinking about you. Really, really sorry that you're going through a tough time right now. And we'll just keep praying for you. And we'll do our small part to help however we can, donating or whatever. But we're just really thinking about you guys. That's the only thing I'm going to add, Dusty.
No, absolutely. All the way up through, not just in Florida, right? In the Carolinas, Tennessees. I know quite a few people down there, and it's crazy. I mean, we were just down there for your wedding, right? Just east of there is pretty bad shape. So definitely puts things into perspective. So anywho, hey, if you're hopping on here, guys, Joe hopping on and throwing those comments. Thanks for watching, man. I know we talk a little bit of crap back and forth because you're a big Chiefs fan, but hey, appreciate you guys watching. And guys, send us what you're doing too. Just throw those out there. If you got your bet slips and you're opposite, or you don't like our analysis on things, just tell us, man. Like we want to have that feedback, that commentary, that dialogue. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking it out. We will see you guys next week, and let's have another winning week.
Let's do it.
All right, Big Bet Bros out.
Didn't mean for the balloons to pop up. I got to get rid of that auto stuff. All right, see you guys. Good talking to you today, Dusty.
See you, buddy.